Welcome back to Green Pro. So in this video I'm just going to show you how to use our new structural calculations on our solar PV tool on the Installer Toolkit. So to do this you'll have needed to already drawn your roof, added on your panels and selected the equipment that you're going to be using, as it will use the data from these to complete the calculations. If you're not sure how to do that, there is a video back on the YouTube channels that shows you how to get to this point, so you can have a watch of that first. So you just go into the structural calculations section here, and then it will ask for the roof construction. So for timber trussed rafters, you can do the weight and wind loading calculations on here. For traditional cut roof with a gable end, you can do the wind loading but not the weight calculations at the moment. For traditional cut roof with hips and valleys or an asymmetric duo-pitched roof, you'd need to be getting a structural engineer to do a weight load assessment for those, but you can do the wind load calculations on here. And for flat roofs, you can't do either of the calculations on here at the moment. So we'll select timber trussed rafters just so you can see both calculation types. So if we run through the survey page, so you can see here you've got all your different wind zones. It's put the pin for the property here in this blue zone, which is zone 2. So you just need to make sure the right zone is selected here. Then you just need to choose urban or rural for the property. The distance from the sea, so this one is more than 20 kilometres from the sea, but there is just a note here that says when the site is closer than 1 kilometre to an inland area of water that extends for over a kilometre, the distance to the sea should be taken as less than 2 kilometres, which would just be this section here. It will pre-fill the altitude for you. You then just need to enter the roof ridge height. So if you've got this measurement, then great, but if you're unsure, there is a bit of guidance here. So this is a 2-storey property, so I'm going to use 8 metres. Is the building more than halfway up a hill? Yes or no? If you select yes, it will ask you to select the scaling factor for the slope as well. And then we can move on. So for the roof details, it's pulled through the roof structure type for you here. You then just need to enter the rafter spacing. So again, if you can get up there and get this measurement, then great. There is a bit of guidance here. So common rafter spacing in the UK can be 400, 450 or 600 millimetres. This as a default is going to assume 600 as a worst case scenario. It's pulled through your roof ridge height here. And then you just need to enter your roof covering type. So we've got slate, concrete tile, clay tile or other. If you select other, it'll ask you for a custom covering load figure here as well. You then just need to choose the orientation of the mounting system, so horizontal or vertical, and then the roof section type, so duo pitch, mono pitch or hip. It'll then move on to the fixing and mounting system details. So it will calculate the number of hooks here for you. As you can see, this is based on the assumption that there's 2 rails per panel with hooks placed on every other rafter. But if you know you're going to be using a different number of hooks, or maybe the manufacturer's done a design for you and you've got the number of hooks from there, you can just override this here and put your own figure in there if you wish to. It'll then ask you for the length of fixing inserted into the rafter. So again, there's a bit of guidance here. So it's asking for the length of the screw that's actually embedded within the rafter. So the default assumption here is that a 70mm screw through a 5mm roof hook will be embedded 65mm into the rafter. So if you were using a mounting batten, you need to take the thickness of that batten into account. So for example, a 70mm screw through a 5mm roof hook and a 20mm batten, you'd actually have 45mm inserted into the rafter. You then just need to enter the fixing diameter and fixings per roof hook, and it will calculate the mounting system weight. But again, if you've had some calculations done for you and you know the weight already, you can override this and put your own figure in here as well. So it will then give you your calculations. So you can see here this has passed for the weight loading and the wind loading calculations. If you scroll down, we've got the figures for the weight loading calculation here. So you've got your load of the roof covering, load of the solar array, the total load here, and then the permitted dead load down here. So that one's passed. And then for the wind loading, it shows you the equation, shows you what each of the symbols are referring to. But down here you can see you've got your average wind uplift force per fixing, and then your pull out force per fixing at the bottom, so this one's passed as well. So once you've done these, if you click the generate button here, it will generate this document for you. If you've got your toolkit project linked with your EasyMCS project, you'll be able to just go into the in-house section, scroll down to structural calculations. If you click the upload button, go to the toolkit tab, you'll be able to upload this straight into there. If they're not linked, then you can just download this as a PDF and just upload it straight into that section manually. If there is any equipment that you're looking to use that you can't find on here, or there's a specific mounting system that you'd want to use for the structural calculations, if you just let us know, we can look at getting those added for you. But as always, if you've got any questions, then just get in touch with your consultant. Thank you for watching.